Hello, Wonderhussy here, out in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, standing next to a brontosaurus femur. For those of you who never studied anatomy, a femur is a leg bone, and a brontosaurus was that huge dinosaur with a long neck that you see at the Sinclair gas stations. Well, I guess this is the size of one of its leg bones. Okay, this is just a replica. There's no sign on it saying this. According to what I read on Google, this is just a replica of a brontosaurus femur that I guess they found somewhere out here in the Oklahoma desert. I guess they found a lot of dinosaur bones out here in the Great Plains. I'm not sure why that is. Something to do with the way the soil is made up. When they're drilling for oil, I guess they stumble on these giant remnants of these huge beasts, and I think it's absolutely fascinating that somebody went through the trouble to put up a replica of one of these femurs way out here in the middle of nowhere. And when I say nowhere, boy, do I mean nowhere. Anyway, you might be asking yourself, well, gee, Wonderhussy, did you really drive all the way out here to the middle of nowhere just to look at a fake dinosaur leg bone? And well, as cool as it is, the answer is no. That's not the reason I came out here. The reason I'm driving down this lonely desert highway, and yes, by the way, Oklahoma does have deserts, is to hike to the highest point in Oklahoma. I know if you're like me, you probably thought Oklahoma was totally flat. And it is relatively flat, but every state, even the flattest state, has a high point. And in fact, there's kind of a competition some people have made of it. It's called peak bagging. You go around, you try to climb to the highest point in all 50 states. And some of them, like Florida, are pretty easy. I think the highest point in Florida is probably like 300 feet. And the highest point in Oklahoma really isn't much higher. But since I happen to be out in this neck of the woods, I figured, well, I might as well bag that peak while I'm here. Okay. Are you ready to hike to the top of Black Mesa, aka the highest point in Oklahoma? And you can see by the cars parked there at the bottom that it's really not that high. But come on, it's Oklahoma. This is the high plains, okay? It's not like we're in the Rocky Mountains. And I guess I'm kind of spoiled from living in the shadow of the mighty Sierra. I've hiked a mountain or two in my day, which is why I wanted to do this. Okay, the sign says it's 4.2 miles to the summit. I gotta be in Santa Fe by 6 p.m. So I'd better hurry. Looks like there's a trail register here. Oh yeah, today's April 13th. Looks like it's a bunch of dudes up there. Joel, Rich, Tim. Well, boys, there's a hussy in town. See? Forgot well, I guess I'm in another time zone. Or actually, I'm not really sure what time zone I'm in. Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody even care? I know I've been in the central time zone while I've been traveling through Oklahoma, but now that I'm butting up against Colorado, well, I guess that means I'm coming into the mountain time zone, which means I just gained an hour. Okay, you can see this is a very well marked trail and a very easy trail. It's wide enough to drive a Jeep up, but there's a sign at the parking lot that says no ATVs, foot traffic only, which is fine because, you know, it's only 4.2 miles to the top with only a 600 foot elevation gain. Okay, I don't mean to laugh, but 600 feet elevation gain, that ain't nothing. I mean, I've hiked some mountains, like I said. In fact, I've done a few peaks myself. I've bagged a few peaks. I have hiked to the highest point in New Mexico, Colorado, and California. So this will be the fourth feather in my cap. In New Mexico, I hiked to the top of Wheeler Peak, and I don't remember how high that is, but it's pretty dang high. And then in Colorado, I hiked to the top of, oh God, how did I already forget the name of it? Mount Elbert, which is the second highest peak in the continental United States. And that was really high. It was over 14,000, I think. And then, of course, I did Mount Whitney in California, which is the highest point in the continental United States at well over 14,000 feet. So I've done some elevation gain in my day. I feel like 600 feet ain't nothing. That being said, I am kind of out of breath already. Ugh, I must be getting out of shape. Actually, we are already at some elevation. I think the trailhead is like around 4,300 feet. Because remember, Oklahoma is in the high plains, so we're starting out at over 4,000 feet. Maybe that's why I'm huffing and puffing already. And you can see too that it is a desert out here. Look at that. These are some kind of cholla type cactus, aren't they? Oh gosh, you think I would know. I have one of these in my front yard in Death Valley. But I just think it's interesting because when I think of Oklahoma, you know, I think of the plains, the prairie, little house on the prairie, you know, grasses, farms, rodeos, rodeo queens. But the reality is, a significant part of Oklahoma is desert. Okay, I guess we're right on the very western edge of Oklahoma, right where Oklahoma meets Colorado and New Mexico, I think. When we get to the top, I think there's going to be a little marker that'll show us. And maybe there's even a place we can stand where we're in all three states at the same time. I'm not sure if it's that close, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, I'm about halfway through this hike. I think I'm at almost 4,500 feet in elevation. How am I ever gonna do this? All joking aside though, I think the second half of this trail is where we start to climb. You can maybe see the trail winds up to the top of that formation there. Oh yeah, look at that. This bench says we're at 4406. It's really cool. They have these little benches and shade overhangs about every mile on the trail, so I guess you can take a break and sit down. And it shows you the latitude and longitude. You can see we're just west of that 100th meridian and the elevation. And then it has some information about wildlife. Rattlesnakes. And then it tells you a little bit about the geology in this area, including the fact that dinosaurs once roamed this region. See, I told you that brontosaurus bone was here for a reason. And then look over here. There's a thing that says water. I can't imagine there's actually water in. Let's see. No, just some rodent repellent and a first aid kit. I guess it's kind of a lot to ask to expect there to be bottled water waiting for you way out here. Actually, it's interesting because this landscape, I feel like I could be hiking in a number of places. I mean, I could be hiking in New Mexico. This looks very much like the terrain in New Mexico, Arizona, parts of Nevada, even parts of California. You know, this looks like I could be in the hills right outside Los Angeles, to be honest. Los Angeles, little known fact, is in a desert. You just wouldn't know because they blind you with so much twinkly stuff to distract you from the fact that they're sucking water out of the Colorado River and points north, Owens Valley, like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, some of the mountains outside LA have a very similar kind of scrubby vegetation covering them. So I think that's kind of interesting. Never did I think I would confuse Oklahoma with California. But there you go. Okay, looks like we're 3 miles in now. They got these cool little benches at every mile along the trail. So I guess you can stop and take a break if you need one. Well, I don't really feel like I need to take a break, but this would be an amazing spot to do so because look at this friggin' view. I think this whole mesa is part of the formation we're climbing to the top of, and it goes pretty dang far. Wow, it's like scenery from a Western movie or a Louis L'Amour novel, The Secret of Black Mesa. Those who dared to ascend Black Mesa found a dark surprise awaiting them. Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, I've been walking along on top of this mesa for what feels like forever. And from up here, I feel like I can see forever. And as a matter of fact, I think I can see the monument just ahead. We did it! We've arrived at the highest point in Oklahoma. You can see there's an obelisk. There's an ammo can, and there's a little bench. Let's see what it says on the bench. You know I'm all about that ammo can, but I'll make you wait. Oh, look. Donated by the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 251 from Woodward, Oklahoma. Oh, how about that? I drove through Woodward, Oklahoma yesterday, and it looked like a super cute little town. Good job, boys. Well, I hate to think who had to carry them bags of Quikrete up here. However they made this thing. Maybe they chartered a helicopter. I mean, there's plenty of flat space to land a chopper up here. Okay, let's check out. Look at this obelisk. This is cool. So it shows you the 4 cardinal directions. South, east. That's the way we just came. North, and west. That's the way I'll be heading after this hike. So south, it says Texas is only 31 miles due south of here. How about that? To everybody watching in Texas, hi, y'all. Actually, I should be waving that way. That's the way. Hey, y'all, how you doing? In case you can't see me, I'm waving at you from the top of Black Mesa. Oh, dang. Texas is so big, they probably can't see me any farther south than Amarillo. And as anyone who's ever driven through Texas knows, there is a lot of Texas south of Amarillo. Anyway, to the east, it says Kansas is only 53 miles east-northeast. New York City is only 1,605 miles. Wow, so we're only 53 miles from Kansas and 31 miles from Texas. Let's see how close we are to... Oh, look, Colorado is only 4.7 miles due north. Oh my gosh. Golly, I didn't realize I was almost parked in Colorado. I would have hit up one of them there dispensaries while I was at it. Okay, and then to the west... Oh gosh, look at that. New Mexico is only 1,299 feet to the west. And Los Angeles is only 895 miles. How about that? You know, I was saying the landscape didn't look all that different from LA. Well, I guess that's because we're literally right down the road from it. Okay, well, we're only 1,299 feet from New Mexico. So if I walk west, which is this way, there must be a state line. In fact, it does look like there's a little trail beaten into the ground. Maybe I should walk over just to say I hiked all the way from Oklahoma to New Mexico. The only thing is, I'm not very good at judging distances, so I better watch on Google Maps. Yeah, look at that. I'm right. What does this one look like? 1,299 feet. Hang on a minute. I don't have all dang day just to walk to New Mexico. I mean, I'm driving to New Mexico later today anyway, so I guess I don't really need to walk to it too. But while I'm in Google Maps, look at that. We are real close to not only New Mexico, but also Colorado and Texas. You know, Texas is just right down there across the panhandle. Anyway, let's go back to this obelisk. 1,299 feet. I don't know, a football field is 100 yards, which is like 300 feet. So that's like, I don't know, 4 football fields. Oh my God, I'm terrible with math. Anyway, the only number that really matters is 4,972.97. Okay, so I guess it's not 49.73. It's just a shade under. Just an RCH under 49.73. If you know what I mean. And if you've ever dated a redhead, well then boys, you surely do know what I mean. So yeah, man, how about that? We did it. Pretty exciting. And look at this. It says, this obelisk of native Oklahoma Indian head granite was quarried and finished by Granite Monument Works in Granite, Oklahoma. Huh, aptly named town. I guess Granite, Oklahoma is down here at the bottom of the pot. You know, Oklahoma kind of looks like a cooking pot to me. And we're way over here on the very edge of the panhandle. No man's land. Which is rapidly becoming one of my favorite parts of this beautiful country. Okay, so, well, there's not much on the west side. It just says, this is the highest point in Oklahoma. All right, and then this side, oh, I see. So this says who determined that it was the highest point. Ordered by the Governor Johnston Murray and completed in 1954 by the Oklahoma Highway Department under direction of blah, 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 blah. And here's all the dudes in the survey party. These lucky bastards got paid to hike up here and measure and find the highest point in Oklahoma. Man, how do you get a job like that? I guess surveying probably isn't all fun and games and hiking up mesas. There's probably a lot of surveying highways and boring stuff like that involved. Anyway, there's one more interesting tidbit here on the east side of the monument. It says Cimarron County, which is the county we're in, is the only one of America's 3,070 counties that touches as many as 4 states. Huh, that's interesting. I guess when you go to the Four Corners, you know, where New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and Utah touch, and you can actually stand on that thing and go, oh, I'm in all 4 states at once. You know, the one where they charge you to do so. Well, that you're not in the same county, I guess, because each corner of those 4 different states are different counties. Well, we're in a county that's touching 4 different states. That's some kind of distinction. Hooray! Okay, let's see what's inside this ammo canister. You know I love me a good old-fashioned trail register. It looks like somebody's been here and they put a sticker, but I can't tell who that's supposed to be. At first I thought it was Keith Richards. Then I kind of thought it looked like Abraham Lincoln. I don't know. I just know that I friggin' forgot to bring one of my stickers. Gall dang it. But let's see what's in here. Okay, wow, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Oh, look. It's a pee funnel, a disposable urination device. Golly, gals. I mean, it's not that hard to just pop a squat. What do you need to get a Chinese takeout box to do it? I guess this is kind of cool. You just pop it open like that, and then you put it under your cooter and piss in it and have a good time. But this is disposable. That's really wasteful. I mean, it's really not that hard just to pull your pants down and pop a squat, which I'm going to do myself while I'm up here after I'm done looking through this box. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a bunch of stickers that people have left. No coast, best coast. Oh, that's cool. Find the best hiking in the Midwest and Mountain West. Yeah, I mean, everyone's always about the coast, all snooty, like the coast is the most. But there's plenty of cool stuff here in the middle of the country, just like the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 430 out of Tulsa. Shout out to my plumbers and pipe fitters. We literally can't do shit without you. Okay, so here's the book. What does it say? Oh yeah, I just passed 2 women on the trail that just hike up here. And then, well, there was a couple guys I passed too, but they didn't sign the book. I'll go ahead and sign my name. Why not? And then it looks like people write where they're from, so I guess I better put Death Valley, California. That way, they'll know I was here. Let's see what else is in here. Oh boy, there's it's like a chew toy for a dog. Somebody must have left that up here. Oh, look, a Burger King crown. It says Cobasthenics, Moore, Oklahoma. Moore, Oklahoma is another town I passed through, huh? Then there's a little bit of a fake Christmas tree. There's some... Oh, there's a maxi pad. Dang, this is a very well-stocked trail register. Some flushable wipes that are pretty dried out. Oh, look, somebody left a message in a bottle. Not only is it a Smirnoff Ice, it's a pink Smirnoff Ice, the girliest of all girly drinks. Dang it, but we can't get the note out because it's... Oh, well, we could. Let's see. Let's see what they wrote. Oh, man, what if this is a love letter? Somebody hiked up here and left me a love letter because they knew I was going to come up here. Wouldn't that be amazing? It just says, the secret treasure is up north. If you want to make it, keep drinking. Not Louis Vuitton. What? Okay, I have no idea what that means or why it was worth putting in a bottle for. Oh, let's see. Here's some pictures. Oh, some guys came up here in 2020. I guess, oh, a guy and his dad. That's cute. Look at them. Oh, they look a lot like each other. Oh, here's another YouTuber. Wiseman Trading and Supply. Oh, they sell health and self-sufficiency items, camping and outdoor products. Oh, that's fun. In Athens, Alabama. Wow, how about that? Athens, Alabama. I didn't even know there was an Athens, Alabama. Oh, here's Lady of Guadalupe, a little prayer card. Here's a fun guy. Brandon Cold Iron, outdoors, full-time travel enthusiast with mountain climbing tendencies. Boy, I bet he does. Look him up, y'all. He's on every kind of social media. Facebook, Brandon Cold Iron Outdoors. I bet he's one of them there peak baggers, you know, guys that go around and try to do the high point in all these different states. Huh. Well, I guess that makes me one of them peak baggers too. All right, well, I guess, Jehovah's, y'all. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and put this stuff back in the box. You know, put the mysterious message, the business cards, the maxi pad, the Burger King crown, the chew toy. Bummer is, I don't have anything with me that I can leave in here. I forgot to bring one of my dang stickers as usual. I probably have one in my car and I should have put it in my backpack. All I brought with me was my water bottle, and I'm not leaving that here. But I was kind of looking through this trail register, and there's some kind of interesting entries. The Yaya sisters from Kentucky and Florida. To God be the glory. Looks like Jennifer Murphy celebrated her 60th year of life with Mary Witherspoon, Carrie Beck, and Yona Single. Good for them. And then look at these guys. Johnny and Bucky. CROW agents documenting cryptid activity. Signs of a Jurassic flying dinosaur with a song-like flute. Hides hunts in the shadows of mesas. Small herd of cattle kept to feed it. Say what? Anyway, I guess I don't really have time to read too much more in this little book. Oh wait, here's one more business card. I thought this one was kind of cute. Brent Bundy, Boss T, the original street outlaw from McAlester, Oklahoma. Hit him up, y'all. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't really have time to go through that box because I think I mentioned earlier, I gotta go to Santa Fe, which is only, what, like 300 miles that way? It's not that far as the crow flies, but there's a couple things I need to do in Oklahoma before I get to Santa Fe, and I need to be in Santa Fe by sundown. Well, that sounds like another Louis L'Amour novel. A lone cowgirl traveled the wilderness from the top of Black Mesa to the bottom of Oklahoma in search of a route to Santa Fe by sundown, which if she didn't get there in time, she would miss out on a grilled salmon dinner and a jalapeno margarita. It's a good reason to get going. Am I right? Okay, so I'm just gonna haul ass back down to the bottom of this trail. Bye, High Point. Bye, everybody in Texas. Mwah. Bye, everybody in Colorado. Oh my God, I forgot to greet all my Colorado viewers. I know there's plenty of folk in Colorado watching. Hey, y'all! And what about New Mexico? I mean, I know I'm headed there later, but I'll go ahead and wave at you guys right now. Hi, guys! Thanks for watching. And for that matter, I'll just face the east and say hello and goodbye to everybody out there because I've been traveling around the east for the last week, but now it's time to start making my way back west. In fact, I already am making my way back west. This right here was a stop along the way. But anyway, before I leave this part of Oklahoma, there is one more thing I'm going to show you before I wrap up this video. And because I'm already running late on time, well, that means I better double plus hurry. Okie dokie. This is the other thing I wanted to show you before I left. And what, pray tell, is it exactly? Well, according to Google Maps, this is the site of some dinosaur tracks. And it does look like there's a line of indentations in the ground here. I mean, I suppose these could have been made by a brontosaurus lumbering along one fine morning 20,000 years ago. Actually, I don't even know how long ago the dinosaurs roamed the earth, but I guess it's plausible. And apologies, I know the light is kind of harsh right now. It's right around noon or 11 or whatever they want to call it in this time zone. So you can't really see the footprints that well, but you can see indentations in this hard-packed, sun-baked ground going all the way across this, I guess it's like an old dry riverbed. I'm gonna say these footprints are a little too close together for a brontosaurus. I mean, we saw that brontosaurus femur at the beginning of this video. Their legs were massive, so their stride must have been enormous. So unless this guy was just sort of prancing along, tiptoeing along, trying to sneak up on a triceratops, I'm not sure these are actually brontosaurus tracks. They might be made by some other kind of dinosaur. Who knows? Unfortunately, there's no cell signal out here, and I didn't even notice that pin on the map until I was out here. So I can't look it up. Once I get back into cell signal, I'm sure I'll read all about it, and it'll be something completely plausible and straightforward, and something that I would have loved sharing in this video. But as it is, well, I'm gonna have to get back in my car and drive out of no man's land to get into some kind of area where there's cell signal, because I gotta look up the fastest route to Santa Fe, because now I'm really late.